From the University of North Carolina School of Media and Journalism, covering the full range of Tar Heel athletics, this is Sports Extra.
Trick or treat yourself to some Carolina sports before jumping into Halloween weekend. Good morning and welcome to Sports Extra. I'm Barbara Joy Tillman.
And I'm Isabella Geskos. Thanks for joining us. The regular season conference crown belongs to the UNC women's soccer team. Last night, the Tar Heels went to Louisville to close out the regular season, and it looked like the team's 5-game winning streak might end after a scoreless first half. Then in the 65th minute, sophomore midfielder Ruby Grant found the back of the net, and just 2 minutes later, senior forward Isabel Cox scored on this header to put Carolina up 2-0. We'll see the Tar Heels next in the ACC tournament starting on Sunday. Let's now go to women's soccer analyst Olivia Mundorf live in studio to talk more about last night's big win on the road to clinch the ACC regular season title. Olivia?
That's right, Bella. For the 25th time, the Tar Heels are ACC regular season champions. It was a quiet defensive first half for both teams, as Louisville was able to control the aggressive UNC offense that we have seen this season. But in the second half, the Heels scored 2 goals, one from Ruby Grant and one from Isabel Cox, to prove the depth of this group and that anyone on the field for this UNC team can put the ball in the net. Both teams were held scoreless the first 65 minutes, but this game, as we see here, Maddie Deline takes a shot from the top of the box, and when it doesn't go in, Isabel Cox is right there to try to put it in herself. We'll see if she makes that attempt. The goalie tips it, and Ruby Grant is in the right place at the right time to tap it in for her first goal of the season. Cox continued to have an impact on offense when just 2 minutes later, she put the ball in off the corner kick. Cox positions herself near the goal line, and we'll see here she moves out, beats the defender, and heads it in to put the Heels up 2-0. The Heels will now turn their attention to postseason play, starting the ACC tournament. As the number 1 seed, Carolina will have a bye on Sunday that will set the stage for their semifinal match on Thursday against the winner of Duke versus Virginia. Bella, you know I'll be making the short trip to Cary next week to watch the Heels play to bring another conference tournament championship back to Chapel Hill.
Yes, Olivia, we gotta follow these queens on their journey to claim the ultimate crown. Speaking of royalty, the Virginia Cavaliers are coming to town for the men's soccer game later today. The Tar Heels come into the game victors of their last match against William & Mary. 5th-year Milo Garbanian is leading the way with 4 goals and 4 assists for the Tar Heels. Junior Akeem Clark and redshirt junior Key White are right behind with 7 points and 6 points respectively. The Tar Heels look to improve their ACC record to above 500.
Dominant. That's the best way to describe junior tennis player Fiona Crawley, as she remains undefeated this fall season. Elizabeth Scotty has the story.
89-8. That is junior Fiona Crawley's singles record at Carolina for the UNC women's tennis team. In case you need to brush up on your math, that is a winning percentage of 91.75%. She is 53-2 in dual matches. That's over a 96% winning percentage, meaning head coach Brian Calvis can count on her to put a point on the board for the Heels when she steps on court.
She hates to lose. She thrives in competition.
Crawley's accolades are just another prime example of how good she is and the extent of her contributions to the UNC women's tennis team. She won the 2021 ITA Fall Doubles Championships and was an All-American in singles and doubles for the 21-22 season, finishing the year ranked number 2 in the country in doubles and reaching the semifinals of the singles portion at the NCAAs. Most recently, she took the All-American singles title.
I just love playing, and I feel like once you start thinking about the results, that's when you get in your head about things.
Winning and results aren't Crawley's focus, but with her talent, she will try and lead the Tar Heels to the elusive NCAA outdoor team title.
Honestly, it's kind of hard to put into words how I feel every time I play for coach, for my team, for this university with the Carolina colors, because it's every single match. I'm so humbled to step on court, and I love this place. Like, I love this place so much, and I love this team, and I love the coaches, and it's so, I'm honored to be able to compete for such an amazing program.
I'm Elizabeth Scotty, reporting.
We'll see if Crawley can keep her scary good success rolling as she heads to San Diego for the ITA Fall Nationals, which begins on Wednesday. The 21st ranked Tar Heels will take on the Pittsburgh Panthers tomorrow in an ACC Coastal Showdown. Coming off a bye week, the Heels are looking to improve their record to 7-1 and stay atop of division standings. Quarterback Drake May has proved all season that he's one of the best in the country, but he'll be tested against this gritty Panther defense that has allowed an average of only 22.7 points per game. The Heels defense will have the task of containing one of the best running backs in the country in Israel Adbakanda, who already has 1,000 rushing yards through 7 games.
Got our hands full. This should come down to another really, really tight game. Glad we're at home. National TV game, sellout. Should be a lot of great recruits here, but excited about the weekend.
To talk more about how the Heels should fare in this fiery matchup tomorrow, here's football analyst Jay Banzit. Jay?
BJ, the Carolina football team has a chance to all but lock up the Coastal Division tomorrow night against Pitt, but it won't be easy. The Panthers won the conference last year for a reason and are bringing one of the nation's best running backs and a ferocious pass rush to Kenan Stadium tomorrow night. So let's take a closer look at what makes Pitt so successful. So as we already talked about, Izzy Abanikanda, number 2 in blue here, is one of the best running backs in the nation, scored 6 touchdowns against Virginia Tech a couple weeks ago. First play we're going to look at is simple inside zone. Lead back over here is going to pull across, going to try and kick out either of these 2 Hokies. He doesn't touch either of them, and watch what Abanikanda does. Right here, 17 has his full body on Abanikanda. He's got help coming. Virginia Tech has this bottled up, but what happens? Abanikanda, with a combination of strength and straight line speed, makes a touchdown for Pitt, give him a 7-0 lead. Here later in the game, towards the end, trying to close the game out, you're going to have a fullback come through. It's straight power. Fullback's coming through, backside guards pulling across, and you'll see it develop nicely. Fullback kicks out here. Guards pulling through, tight ends blocking down. Here comes the the backside guard gets a kick out on this safety, and you'll see straight line speed for Abanikanda again. 70-yard touchdown to ice the game for Pitt as they took down Virginia Tech in Pittsburgh a couple weeks ago. Then defensively, they played Tennessee earlier in the year, current number 3 team in the nation. Hendon Hooker back here, very mobile, athletic quarterback. It's very similar to Drake in that they're both very accurate passers. You'll see what Pitt does. You're going to have one linebacker cross go to his left on the quarterback's right side. Weak side backer. Delayed blitz. Back is going to go this way. Fullback's going to go this way because they saw the initial backer come to the top of the screen. This backer is going to get an unimpeded rush at Hendon Hooker, take him down for the sack. Stopping the run of Izzy Abanikanda is of the utmost importance this week, and Carolina has to get him on the ground at all costs, and that's going to force Keaton Slovis to beat them through the air. Offensively, Pitt can't cover Josh Downs and company in the back end, but the Panthers do have a great group of pass rushers that will make Drake get rid of the ball quickly. Expect backs and tight ends to chip and stay in to protect as well. The Coastal is in sight for the first time since 2015, and Carolina just has to earn it tomorrow night, and I can't wait to see how it unfolds. BJ?
Thanks, Jay. What a matchup for a homecoming game. Sounds like the Heels have a lot to prove tomorrow, and I know I'll be there to cheer them on. The preseason number 1 ranked UNC men's basketball team will take to the floor tonight in the Dean Dome in an exhibition against Johnson C. Smith. Carolina fans are excited to see the team's new additions play for the first time. Graduate transfer Pete Nance will make his first appearance at the Dean Dome, alongside freshmen Seth Trimble, Jalen Washington, and Tyler Nickel. Expectations are high in Chapel Hill after Heels fell to Kansas in the national title game, and many predict UNC will be back in the Final Four in April.
Another Tar Heel starter is getting recognition as we get closer to basketball season. Leaky Black is one of 20 players on the watch list for the Julius Erving Award for the 2023 season. The award is handed out to the best small forward in college basketball each year. Leaky is coming off an impressive 4th season where his defensive efforts were on full display as he earned ACC All-Defensive Team honors. Leaky would be the first ever Tar Heel to win the award. Head men's basketball coach Hubert Davis will be sticking around in Chapel Hill for a while longer, thanks to a recently updated contract. Davis agreed to a 6-year, $16.7 million deal that will run through the 2027-2028 season. In his first year as head coach, Davis led the Tar Heels to the national championship, posting a 29-10 record and defeating the Duke Blue Devils in Coach K's last game. Carolina fans are hoping for an even better outcome this year.
To set up the final game of the regular season for another top UNC team, here's field hockey analyst Caroline Yaffa live in the studio. Caroline?
BJ, tomorrow at noon is the matchup we've all been waiting for. No matter which sport it is, Carolina and Duke fans live and breathe for this rivalry, and Aaron Matson's last game of the regular season just adds to that. UNC is the only undefeated team in the nation, and the Heels aren't planning to let Duke slow them down. A win would mean a perfect regular season for Carolina. The Blue Devils are 0-5 in the ACC and 7-9 overall. The last time the Heels played the darker shade of blue was during the exhibition period in August. The Heels started the game with many turnovers, but ended up improving their defense and winning 4-1. As Coach Shelton said, one thing that Duke doesn't have that Carolina does is one Aaron Matson. The last time the Heels fell to the Blue Devils during the regular season was PEM, pre-Aaron Matson. Carolina is going to need to stick to the game plan, maintain focus, and shut down Duke. Orbono leading the defense, and the trio of Heck, Sessa, and of course Matson needs to dominate for a W. Many Carolina students are planning to show out and root for the winningest team at UNC before we send them off for the ACC tournament, which in fact Duke is hosting next week. Are you planning to go tomorrow, BJ? Because I'll definitely see you there if so.
Absolutely, Caroline. I'll see you there. I definitely want to cheer on the better blue and witness this historic game for Matson.
The volleyball Heels are back in Carmichael this weekend after 2 in-state road wins. The Heels will turn to their powerhouse offense as they look to upset number 10 Georgia Tech and Clemson. The Carolina offense, led by outside duo Mabry Schaffmaster and Charlie Nigo. Schaffmaster has tallied 298 kills, while Nigo has contributed 228 kills. The duo looks to keep the defensive effort with libero Maddie May. May has a team-high 263 digs, and Carolina will take on Georgia Tech Friday at 6 p.m.
We'd all like a quicker way to get to and from class, but how many of us are talented enough to build what it takes to do so? Reporter Kyle Ennis has the story.
UNC senior Levi Tosh loves to create.
It was something completely out of my wheelhouse. So, yeah, I was like, all right, I need a project. I need something to do. So I needed a project, and it was going to help me in my day-to-day life.
That project, building his own simple mode of transportation, a skateboard. Being a creator in the beam maker space on campus, Tosh still knew nothing about the skills it would take to create a board. He consulted a familiar resource many of us know.
Going to YouTube, trying to watch other people make things, make decks is what I was looking to do, how to make a deck. I mean, what worked, what didn't work. So whenever you're trying to make anything, it's really good to know what mistakes other people have made so you don't recreate those.
After hours on YouTube, Tosh built a working board. To put that board to a real test, I hopped on and gave it a try.
So, have you ever been on a board before?
No, I really haven't been on a board yet.
After some basic lessons on feet positioning and balance control, it was my turn. I will say, I could see myself flying by soon enough on one.
I guess same reason everyone would want wheels, just to move faster.
He's still just like everyone else, though.
Oh, no. I'm still a little late, but I get there faster.
He's faster and prouder.
Having a final product that is representative of all the effort that you put in is really, really awesome. I can only hope that it inspires someone to make something, even if it's not a skateboard, if it's literally anything, just go and make it.
Reporting, I'm Kyle Ennis.
Maybe Kyle should stick to covering sports rather than trying them.
You know, Bella, I think you may be right. And maybe skateboarding isn't as easy as it looks. Well, that does it for this edition of Sports Extra. We'll be back on Monday with all of the highlights from another exciting weekend of Carolina athletics.